All right, here we are again, guys. Another reading. Let's get this out of my way. All right. Says here, Lauren Pizianza charged with manslaughter for allegedly fatally shoving 87-year-old in New York City. Oh boy. Oh boy. A 26-year-old woman was charged Tuesday with one count of first-degree manslaughter and two counts of second-degree assault in connection with the death of an 87-year-old woman who was fatally shoved in New York City earlier this month, according to criminal complaint. Oh boy. Barbara Moore Gustern, 87, died last weekdays. What? Died last weekdays after she was pushed on the street in New York City. That's just a terrible sentence. I mean, I'm terrible at reading, but that sentence don't make any sense. Well, yep. From that picture, I believe she's 87. Yes, all checks out. The charges stem from the death of Barbara Moore Gustern, a Broadway vocal coach who police said was pushed from behind by a woman on the night of March 10th as she stood outside her apartment in Manhattan, Chelsea neighborhood. Lauren Pazienza, the accused woman, was arraigned Tuesday afternoon. Judge Michael Gaffey set Pazienza's cash bail at $500,000. She did not enter a plea, according to Naomi Puzzello and Kathleen Fowles, spokesperson for the Manhattan DA's office. CNN has reached out to Pazienza's attorney, Arthur Idala, for comment. Prosecutors said Pazienza crossed the street in Manhattan neighborhood of Chelsea, allegedly called Gustern a derogatory name and pushed her as hard as Gustern had ever been hit in her life. She'd been hit harder when she was younger, I guess. I assume. And there was no apparent reason for the alleged attack, the criminal complaint said. Well, old people do walk slow. Not saying that's a good reason to kill them, but it's a reason why you would push them. What's this? Ashley Barty retirement. World number one announces she's retiring from whatever. Oaktar breach. Hundreds of clients could be affected. Sri Lanka sends troops to fuel stations amid worsening economic crisis. Ooh boy. All right, what do we have here? Senator Graham storms out of SCOTUS hearing after fiery exchange with Senator Durbin. So much drama. When did politics become so dramatic? They're like a bunch of housewives over there. Period after the dino-killing asteroid hit Earth, likely far worse than previously thought. It turns out the world was likely blanketed in a cloud of sulfur. People think they spotted a UFO submerged underwater on Google Earth. Cool. Isn't that just a rock formation? I don't know how that would be a UFO. UFO researcher. How can you research something you never found? UFO researcher says he has discovered evidence of ancient aliens at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. The researcher, Scott Waring, shared the discovery earlier this month Waring believes that a circular object he found off the coast of Nazca, Peru, while perusing Google Earth is in fact a submerged UFO. Well, good for him. People think that this thing again. We will guess your educational level in 20 questions. Why? Montana airports calls the cops on Republican Senator Ted Cruz. Well, nine things that make humans special. Well, compared to other animals, there's more than nine things that make us special. I don't know what that is about. This is what sets us apart from the rest of the animal kingdom. Humans are unusual animals, obviously, by any stretch of the imagination. Or special anatomy and abilities such as big brains and opposable thumbs have enabled us to change our world dramatically and even launch off the planet. There are also odd things about us that are, well, just special. Yes. It's like a whole paragraph to say nothing. What is this? Psychologist reveals ingredients that turns people into killers. Good for them. 4 dangerous lies people tell themselves to stay unhappily married. The NCAA swimming championship was a national scandal. Why? Why was it a scandal? A woman won. Let it go. At this year's NCAA swimming championships, organizers allowed a biological male, Leah Thomas, to compete against female athletes on the basis of transgender status. So what should have been a moment of sporting pride, a celebration of the best female swimmers in the country, became a scandal. Nope, it wasn't against the rules. They should change the rules if they didn't want it. She didn't break any rules. Won fair and square. Thomas, a 5th-year senior at the University of Pennsylvania, went by his given name of Will and swam for men's team until 2019. Oh, they're getting bold in the news now. Before they never misgendered people. Now they're just now they're just doing it. They're really mad. Without issue when competing against men, Thomas was a top-tier swimmer, though far from a national champion. But since Thomas underwent hormone replacement therapy during the pandemic and was allowed to join the women's team in the 2021 to 2022 season, 1 year, already champ. The swimmer has dominated the female competition at the NCAA swim championships last week. Thomas reached the podium in every event the swimmer competed in, and honor bestowed on the top 8 finishers in the nation. Thomas finished first in the 500-yard freestyle, beating 2 Olympic medalists, and 5th in the 200 freestyle and 8th in the 100 freestyle. Oh, how's that possible? You get 5th and 8th. Get to up your game. Up your game, Leah. The NCAA's reasoning is that Thomas has taken testosterone suppressants, is now biologically equivalent to the championship's female athletes. Oh boy. Pasaki says Biden could consider dropping Title 42 next month. I don't know what Title 42 is, but it's probably important. No photo of NCAA women swimmer. Not a protest against trans. Not a protest. I mean, they're missing this, the number two. Oh, did they, wait, wait. Did they just like group up together and just separate? Well, that's just unkind. It's bullying. What's the happiest country? This nation won for the fifth year in a row. Is it like Finland or something? One of those countries. Out of more than 100 countries, one has been named the happiest country in the world for the fifth year in a row using data from global surveys on happiness and other measures of well-being. Yes. The annual World Happiness Report ranked Finland. Haha, I called it. As number one. The worst retirement mistakes people make. All right. This is the state that people never leave. Ooh. Ooh. I don't care. The closest you, is that a word? You with two L's at the end? No apostrophes? The closest you will get to space travel without leaving Earth. Ah, 0G. Right. Sandra Bullock says there's a movie she wishes she hadn't done. Okay. Damn, there's a lot of makeup on her face. She looks like a whole mime right now. Ooh. Scientists think there's a mirror universe where time moves backwards. How would anything, what? Time moves backwards and then what? And it just restarts at the end? Some scientists say that our universe could just be one side of a coin. The other side is something they call the anti-universe. Why not anti-verse? And uni means one, right? Universe, uni means one. So if there's many, shouldn't they change that word? Uh, what does it mean when your hands are always cold? You're sick? The secret lives of Vladimir Putin's daughters. How many children does he have? Why does he only have daughters? Does he not want a son? And of course, their lives are secret. We don't know these people. Ooh, sports. Where people in New York City are moving to most are symptoms of the Omicron. I don't care about the Omicron. The Big Bang Theory storylines that disappeared without explanation. Never do this with your phone before a flight. Experts warn people do practice mindfulness. Are, do you mean people who practice mind? Okay. No, it's right. I'm just stupid. People who practice mindfulness are considered more attractive. Right. What lies beyond our solar system? Over 5,000 planets, including super Earths, NASA says. It's like a planet Earth with a cape. Super Earth. People will find you boring if you love to do this. Read this news article. These are the most expensive cities in the world to live in. It's like New York, Tokyo, you know, very congested, tall buildings, expensive apartments, too many huge population in one area. They're expensive. Jack Nicholson asked fellow stars to boycott the Oscars over this. They don't care. Boy digs up astounding 800-year-old treasure. Oh, why was this kid digging? Does he have no friends? Or artist's mission to help war-torn Ukraine shocked and outraged. Okay. U.S. governor denounces Leah Thomas NCAA championship. How convenient. Everyone was a trans ally. Now, all of a sudden, you win a championship and everybody's turning around and saying it's a bad thing. Nah, all about this equality. 20 facts you might not know about Don't Look Up. Visit the best museums in the world without leaving your house. Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic. News. Aussie MP tries to stir controversy between Djokovic and Nadal. Joe Biden's New World Order. Comments go viral. Here's the context. All right. Utah governor vetoes bill banning trans girls in school sports. Exactly. Thank you. Uphold that equality. We ain't turning back now. All these people wanted it. They're gonna get it. Equality for all. Which countries can still qualify? This is the college that's most worth the money, according to data. Kind of want to find out. Let's see what it is. 100 college, blah, blah, blah. The list of colleges of best return on investment during 2019 study by any blah, blah. Some people that I don't care about are ranked from the highest 40-year-old ROI, with ties broken by 10-year ROI, study considered, blah, blah, blah. Universities that specialize in STEM. Okay, so it just tells you what they specialize in. It doesn't say which one. That was an incredible waste of time. Heads begin to roll in Russia. This is the most expensive. You're not going to get me again. Not again. 101 incredible things on planet Earth you must see. Oh boy. Financial jobs may often be lucrative, but some of them could make you seem boring and even incompetent to people around you, according to a new study. Yes, I bet. What's this? If you believe any of these 5 things, you are a worse boss than you think. Oh, don't want to be a terrible boss. The highest paid job in healthcare isn't surgery. Okay. Was it like lobotomist or something? I don't know. I don't know. Oh God. Oh, my hand. Ah, they were gonna tell me. I was gonna skip that one. The highest paid jobs in healthcare when people think of medical blah 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 blah. We talk a lot because we want to take up time. Categorize. Click through for a look at the best. It's a teaser. They were teasing it. They were never going to tell me. This is the fastest growing job that pays over $75,000 according to data. All right. Global study of 5,000 companies found being a great leader boils down to these 7 words. All right. Coach K's response to Tom Izzo's comment went viral. Okay. Krzyzewski told about Izzo calling him the GOAT. That went viral. Glad he didn't call me another animal. Ha. Ha ha ha. All right. What is this? Indiana cheerleader who went viral has landed a deal. Oh. Montana airport girls. Yeah, yeah. Yes. There are, did that one already. The 4 powerful ingredients that 20-year-olds know about that 40-year-olds need to. Is one of them time? Because I'm pretty sure whatever ingredient is isn't making 20-year-olds look better than 40-year-olds. They just do because of time. Racist remarks made by mayoral appointee decreed by BK leader. What is BK? Racist remarks. I don't know. So many things are considered racist nowadays. This job has the highest divorce rate in America. Ooh. Lindsey Graham slammed after questioning Jackson's religious beliefs. Why can't you? Okay. I don't know, so I'm not gonna. Video shows the moment a Chinese passenger jet crashed into mountains. New York ranks 5th in the country's most math-loving states. Okay. 50 cool trivia facts to impress your friends. Mountain of stolen bikes. I don't know. New York City teens caught with loaded gun in Bronx schoolyard. It's been happening. Kids been being caught with guns. How to professionally tell colleagues what you really think. I'm gonna do the trivia one. Women's Day? When is it? Women's Day. Wasn't there a whole month? Now there's a day. Then is there a week? A year? Is there a year? 50 cool trivia facts to impress your friends. Celebrate National Trivia Day with blah, blah, blah. They doing the talking thing again. Do I have to? Oh, I have to skip through. Hashtag symbol is technically called an octothorpe. Octo, octotorp. According to Merriam-Webster dictionary, the octo prefix refers to the 8 points on a popular symbol, but the torp remains a mystery. One theory claims that it comes from the Old English word for village, based on the idea that the symbol looks like a village surrounded by 8 fields. Not interesting. The 100 folds in a chef's, the how the hell would I know those 100 folds? The the 100 folds in a chef's hat represent 100 ways to cook an egg. Is cooking eggs so important to chefery? Chefing? Yes, that tall pleated white hat that chefs wear, technically called a toque, has 100 folds for a reason. According to Reluctant Gourmet, the pleats used to signify a chef's level of experience, like the number of ways he or she knew how to prepare eggs. All right. The most streamed Spotify single is Harry Styles' Girl Crush. The Solo Stars Spotify single has the most streams at 154 million, such a win for the One Direction album. Okay. The longest wedding veil was longer than 63 football fields. Holy shit, why? Some cats are allergic to people. FYI, for all you people allergic to cats, they might be allergic to you too. It's pretty uncommon due to the fact that we bathe ourselves more often than other species and don't shed as much hair or dead skin. But yes, it does happen. Well, apple pie isn't actually American at all. The next time you call something as American as apple pie, you might want to consider the fact that neither apple pies nor apples originally came from America. Apples are in fact native to Asia, and the first recorded recipe for apple pie was actually written in England. Well, there's that. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Yes, although it's a fabled creature, the national animal of Scotland is actually the mythical unicorn, chosen because of its association with the dominance and chivalry, as well as the purity and innocence in Celtic mythology. BRB, moving to Scotland real quick. Okay. Why? The crown jewels contain the 2 biggest cut diamonds on planet Earth. Looks like a very uncomfortable hat. They both came from the Cullinan diamond, a 3,106 carat gem found in South Africa in 1905. The largest stone, called the Great Star of Africa, is in the sovereign's scepter, while the second largest is mounted in the imperial state crown. The voice of Mickey and Minnie Mouse got married in real life. Oh boy. Wayne Allwine and Rusty Taylor were married for 18 years until Alwyn's death in 2009. Hmm. The largest known living organism is an aspen grove. Pando, Latin for I spread out, is a group of genetically identical squawking aspens in Utah with an interconnected root system. It's an estimated 80,000 years old and takes up more than 100 acres. M&M stands for Mars and Murray. Forrest Mars, son of the Mars Company founder, first spotted the British confection Smarties during the Spanish Civil War and noticed the candy shell prevented the chocolate from melting. He teamed up with Bruce Murray, son of Hershey Chocolate's president, and the company later trademarked the melts in your mouth, not in your hand slogan. So two sons of rich people got together and made more money. Fantastic. Facebook has more users than many major populations. At 2.89 billion monthly users, Facebook overshadows China's 1.4 billion and India's 1.3 billion population. Ooh, boy. Neil Armstrong didn't say that's one small step for man. Astronaut insists he actually stated that's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Yeah, the A part was probably just cut out because of the bad reception. That's the only way the statement makes any sense, Armstrong told biographer James Hansen. And for the record, no real astronaut ever uttered, "Houston, we have a problem." Yeah, that makes sense as well. You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from more than 2 miles away. Oh boy. Imagine if he was having a heart attack. It'd be loud. The Oscars used to give out an award to child performers. The award show discontinued the Academy Juvenile Award in 1960 after famous names like Shirley Temple and Judy Garland nabbed the honor, also no longer on the ballot, Best Dance Direction and Best Title Writing. The odds of getting a royal flush are exactly 1 in 649,740. Okay. If you drive south from Detroit, you will hit Canada. South from Detroit? Head north from Windsor, Ontario, crossing the Detroit River, and you will reach good old USA. South from Detroit. Directly south or just the road going south? A baby puffin is called a puffling. To feed its chick, a puffing parent will carry around 10 fish in its beak at one time, but the biggest record haul is a whopping 62. That's a huge jump. 4 times more people speak English as a second language than as a native one. Makes sense. What is this? The lyrebird can mimic almost any sound it hears, including chainsaws. Lyre. Elvis only won 3 Grammys. Okay. Coca-Cola consumers will pay more to drink less ounces. Ah, the speed of a computer mouse is measured in Mickeys. No shit. Oh, pumpkins, squash, and gourds are all technically the same species. That's right. The zucchini and jack-o'-lanterns are one and the same. Cucurbita pepo, a species that originated in Mexico or more than 10,000 years ago. Farmers have since developed the many cultivars we know and use. I guess they do kind of look similar. Only one NFL team has a plant for a logo. Not every Model T was black. All right. You can major in wine at Cornell University. Technically, it's a degree in viticulture and enology, aka the cultivation of grapes and the science of winemaking, but we're still sending in our applications. The northern cardinal is the most popular state bird. Ooh. It is a fat bird. Probably because it lives in the cold, I guess. Frank Lloyd Wright's son invented Lincoln logs. I mean, if he's famous for what he did, why is he still just called the son of someone else instead of his own name? The famous architect's design for the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo inspired John Lloyd Wright to produce the interlocking log beams on a much smaller scale for kids. About 700 grapes go into one bottle of wine. Fear of the number 13 is called triskaidekaphobia. It's like the fear of the 13th floor, triskaideka. Irrationally scared of clowns, you might have colorophobia and Gephyrophobia is the fear of bridges. Jesus. It's just ridiculous to name all these fears. It's just too many things. Fear of rocks. A $1 bill doesn't live as long as you'd think. According to the Federal Reserve, each buck lasts about 6.6 years, and there's about 1.79 trillion of US currency in circulation right now. Baby sea otters can't swim right away. That makes sense. There's a world record for the most world record titles. It belongs to Brooklyn, New York resident Asrita Furman, is that a guy's name? His name is Ashrita, who's held more than 700 Guinness World Records in his lifetime, ranging from heaviest shoes walking in 323 pounds to the most baseballs held in a baseball glove. I think he's just actively going after records. He's creating his own record, so of course he's going to have most. There's a word for animals with partial pigment loss. Wait a minute, let me go back to that one. What happens if a bunch of people break his records? Then he holds none of them. Does he also lose the most records? There's a word for animals with partial pigment loss. Albinism is the congenital absence of any pigmentation or coloration, but leucism is a different rare condition where some pattern or color remains. We are all stars. Thank you. Moonflowers actually bloom in response to the moon. Okay. Sunflowers will follow the sun as it moves across the sky, but their lunar counterparts only open after nightfall or on cloudy days. The largest sandcastle in the world measured 54 feet. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. There are over 10 holidays that celebrate chocolate. Okay. Chocolate is kind of a fruit, and it looks like that. Is it also a gourd? In more great chocolate news, the cocoa powder that goes into our best chocolate, dark chocolate bars, comes from the beans or fruit of the cocoa tree. A group of bunnies is called a fluffle. Fluffle? The way you eat Oreos says something about your personality. The moon has its own time zones. A team of 6 women programmed the first digital computer, while historians have only recently recognized their achievement, or female discoveries credited to men. The female mathematicians participated in a World War II program coding instructions into the revolutionary electronic numerals. Yeah, well, wasn't the men off the war? So yeah, the women would do it. I don't see why. Whatever. Baby elephants suck their trunks for comfort. There's a 107-acre forest made up of a single tree. Dr. Seuss wrote green eggs and ham on a bet. You can ride a train through the tunnel of love. Fall leaf colors are present year-round. Okay. Finally, $2 Chuck once won a top wine award. Is that a poem? Trader Joe's 2002 Charles Shaw Shiraz beat out 2,300 other wines to win a prestigious double gold medal. All right, whatever. The most and least trusted institutions in America. Boyd Diggs, yeah. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are destroying planet Earth. Well, I'm going to end it on that. Planet Earth is being destroyed, people.